Hello. Remember this video where I said about this rod? Well, in today's video, I am going to do a full guide. So firstly, please note that this is gonna be a very long video since I'll have to explain a lot of stuff, and it will be a little costly on time and money. So yeah. Firstly, if you want to get this rod's starting quest, follow where I am going. And also, make sure you have the deep unlocked, because that's where you have to go anyways. So once you're here, in this bubble, head into this window right here. And there will be this NPC. You can talk to him, and you will have to select these options. I'll just put them up on screen for you to see. And after you have done that, you would then be required to catch some pufferfishes. So firstly, you'll want to catch and return 10 regular pufferfishes. You can catch them at Rothlet Bay. The second one is to catch 10 flying pufferfish. Catch them over here in above the clouds. Next one is to catch 10 blight pufferfish, that is over here in the toxic grove. The fourth one is to catch and return 10 pufferflutes, which is to catch it right here inside the crystal cove. The fifth one, I think, is to catch 10 pyrite pufferfish, which is to be caught inside this place. I forgot the name. Next is to catch and return 10 carrot pufferfishes, which is of course in the carrot garden. And lastly is to catch and return 10 mustards, which is to be caught inside the ocean. And after you have done that, you will then return to him. And surprise, this is your quest you have to do. Now it seems like a lot, but I'll say it in a way to make it easier for you guys to understand. So there's a bunch of pufferfishes, I think 21. And you have to perfect catch and return a lot of fish. First one is 10 raft pufferfishes. This one you can use the Rod of Zenith, or you can use the Dead Man's Rod, since both of them have a chance to give you the raft mutation. Next, you catch and return 10 rotting pufferfishes. This one you will have to use the split branch twig. Next is perfect catch and return 10 exploded pufferfishes. Pretty straightforward. Use the boom ball. Next one, 10 lost pufferfishes. Use the lost rod. Next one is 10 celestial pufferfishes. Use the celestial rod. Next is the 10 sanguine pufferfishes. For this one, you can either use the Sanguine Spiral Rod, or you can use the Sacrificial Enchant. Next is to get 10 crystallized pufferfishes, use the Crystallized Rod. Next, 10 heavenly pufferfishes, use the Heaven's Rod. 10 sunken pufferfishes, you can use Dead Man's Rod or the Sunken Rod. 10 greedy pufferfish, use either Scurvy Rod, Rod of the Eternal King, or the Dead Man's Rod. Bellona's Fury, it's pretty simple, use Bellona's War Axe. Mustard, use the Ruinous Oath. For Sandy, you can either enchant your rod with the Pharaoh's Curse, or use the Sandcastle Caster. For the Rainbow Cluster, you can fish doing a Rainbow Weather or the Rainbow Cluster Rod. Honey, you can use the Sweet Stinger. Solar Blaze, you can use the Phoenix Rod, Wicked Fang Rod, or fishing during an eclipse. Siren Spite, you can only use the Evil Pitchfork. Hex, you can use the No Life Rod or doing a Mutation Surge. Toxic, you can use the Toxic Spire Rod or the Toxin Burst Rod. Brine, you can use the Brine Infused Rod. Mythical, you can fish during a Rainbow Weather or using the Mythical Rod. Withered, I think you can use the Spear, the Withered Spear, or this rod, I think. At Legend, you can use the Trident Striker Harpoon, Trident Rod, Dead Man's Rod. Lunar, you can use the Moonlit Rod or doing any mutation search. And lastly, Lucid, which is by the Lucid rod. Make sure to have your mutated Sharky equipped so you can get the mutations easier. And next, you get a 5-hour break in real life. And after that, here is the part 2 of whatever you have just gotten in part 1. So again, I'll go through this. 10 fabulous fishes, pretty simple, use the fabulous rod. Catch and return 10 tryhard, use the tryhard rod. For spirit, use the spirit of the forest rod, I think that's what it's called. Verdant, use the verdant oath. Mossy, use the elder moss ripper. Igneous, use the igneous rapture. Serene, you can either use the Astraeus or Polaris if you have them, but if not, use the Darthwire. Obsidian, use the obsidian bone bait, I think. Nuclear, you can either pop a nuke yourself or find a server which is actively doing it. Shady, use the shady rod. Spirit, you can use the tranquility rod, mutation surge, or the spirit binder. Blue moon, make sure to use a blue moon totem. Putrid, use the putrid enchant, I think. Bless, you can use the destiny rod, masterline, or seraphic. Shiny King's Blessing, use the Poseidon's rod with bless and glitter. Also maybe use a shiny totem and rainbow totem. Glebus, use the Blade of Glorp. Shiny Harmonized Pufferfish, use the Penance Area. Veritas, use the Onirifaux. Royal, use the Royal Spear or the Rod of the Eternal King. Vortical, use the Tarot Trapper. Oscar, use the Great Rod of Oscar. Gravitas, use the Olympian Godbreaker. Bioluminescent, use the bait, the bio-infused coral. Distraught, use the Dreambreaker. And lastly, Hades Curse, use the Hades Soul Scythe to get them. Again, use the mutated Sharky when possible. Next is Quest 5 to 7. First one is you will receive this rod, which is the Halibut Harpoon, but it is restricted. And what you have to do, catch and return, perfect catch and return 500 pufferfishes. You can buy this bait from this NPC, which is carrot sticks. They are pretty cheap, so stack up on them. And after that, you can then perfect catch and return the 3 mutations that are on this rod. So 25 Bathyal fishes, pufferfishes, 25 Thelastic pufferfishes, and 25 Hado pufferfishes. After that, 50 million to this NPC, and then you will finally obtain the Halibut Harpoon in its unrestricted form. So now I will go through the stats, so bear with me, there is a lot. Let's see, so right here, where is it? Okay, so it has a 132% airspeed, 288% locked, a control of 0.1, resilience of 56, an infinite max kg, a durability of 200 so it can fish anywhere, and a line distance of 150, meaning it can fish above the clouds. Now the passives, so there is a lot. Firstly, it has a default 20% fish weight. It has a 20% for Bastille, which is a 7 times, 20% for Thelastic, which is a 9 times, and 20% for Hado at an 11 times. When you perfect catch, there is a 30% chance for the Hado mutation to override the current one. It can also be turned into a harpoon, so this. I can go through the stats of it as well. So it has 25 power, 100 start range, 120 starts per second for that, a 30% resilience, a 15% accuracy, and a max kg of 500,000. Next is the passive for the rod part and the harpoon part. So let's see. So it has a passive when reeling a fish. There will be 15 to 35 harpoons, which are this right here. And it will go towards where the exclamation mark was. When catching a progress log fish, so like the Scylla, the harpoons will only activate after the first initial interval. So let's say it has a 5 seconds, it will skip 5 seconds first, then activate it. Each harpoon length is 5 plus 1%, and harpoons have a 5% to crit, granting 1% additional progress. Upon landing 15 harpoons, the fish weight will be increased by 1.7 times. Next, upon reeling a fish, there is also a 1% for only one harpoon to go towards the fish, so that means you're unlucky. And there are bonuses for the different types of baits that you are using. So here comes the part where it gets very confusing, but I will try to simplify it. So let's see. Using trash or common baits, just shoot confetti. I'm not sure I can show it. No, I don't see any confetti, but you know. Next, uncommon sets the minimum harpoon count to 25. So I'm not sure what are those baits, but you get what I mean. Unusual baits such as the minnow has a plus 5% chance for shiny and sparkling. Using rare baits such as the rapid catcher will have the fish's final weight increased by 1.25 times. Using any legendary baits such as the maybe this bio-infused coral will have a 10% chance for the royal mutation. Any mythical bait such as the sharkhead will grant 10% progress upon reeling, so initial 10%. Exotic or secret baits will have a plus 1% additional progress per harpoon length on progress locked fish only. And here comes a lot of math part. So different baits have different universal lock, preferred lock, resilience, and leer speed, as everyone knows. And there are some multipliers that apply. So I'll just give an example. Let's say the luminous lava. It is an exotic bait, so the crit chance will be multiplied by 0.03 for its universal luck. So doing the math here, it has a 3.75% chance to crit every single hit. Next is the minimum harpoon count, so that will be based on the preferred luck. So it will be 200 multiplied by 0.05, which is a 10. So minimum will always be a 10 harpoons. Next is the harpoon progress, so how much progress it gives. That will be based on its resilience. So every individual hit from the luminous lava will be a 0.4% increase every time. And lastly is the harpoon interval, so how fast it can reappear. Let's see, 10 leer speed multiplied by negative 0.06. So if I'm not wrong, it is I don't know actually. I think it's a 1.6 or something, but forget it. So yeah, that is basically the bait part. And lastly, this rod also has a 10% for bait preservation, so to save the bait from being used. And yeah, so enchants, you can go with any fish size increasing enchants like Paradise, Sea Prince, or the Sovereign Relic enchant. Or you could go Blessed Song if you want more progress per harpoon, and yada yada yada. Next is the harpoon part. So very unique one. So let's see if I can find it. Okay. So right here you can see a school of fish of bluefin tuna. So I'm gonna pull one up, and as you can see, it pulls up the whole school. So this is very useful if there's a lot of fishes in one small area that you want to pull up. The mutation chances also stay the same, 20% for each. And the harpoon passive, so the spear parts that fall down, they don't really get affected by bait setting, because I have already tested them and they have all been the same. There is also one secret part, which is this skin right here. So this is not actually the original one. This is the original one. And how to get this skin, which not simple but also pretty simple. Get yourself a Aether mutated pufferfish. It has to be under your name, so you have to catch it. And you can give it to the NPC, and it will give you the skin. I think that is all I have to cover for this video, but if I did miss anything, let me know down in the comments. And until next week, or later this week, during the update, I'll be seeing you guys. So, take care.